I would tell anybody who is currently in a dark place and thinking that there is no way out, they should understand that that darkness is what is going to mold them into a greater person.
What was life like growing up? Talk to us about the humble beginning and just walk us through.
Growing up in Seaview Gardens, it's not necessarily a community that is violent prone as persons would portray to be, right? In terms of growing up in the so-called garrison complex, a lot of persons would want to stigmatize us growing up in this community.
Speak to us about some of the stigma that you face. No, sure you can.
Stigma. Uh, I mean, well, I went to a prominent high school in Kingston, where personally I don't believe that they were respecters of the poorer class of people, but basically the classism was evident, and even being, amongst the brightest, you were still, to a certain extent, not as recognized as the others who were more affluent. Apart from that, though, it was pretty much normal. I can't say that there was an outright, you know, imbalance.
And you're also a doctor. Talk to us about that.
Well, I'm a medical doctor as well, following in, Omar's footsteps. I work in a private office right now. It's in Green Acres, Spanish Town, and it's a humble life. It's not the flashy life at the hospital, but it's satisfying. And in terms of family life, I get to be home more.
Andre, what was it like for you growing up? You're the eldest?
Yeah, I'm the eldest.
You were their babysitter? You were a babysitter?
Yeah, almost everything. I mean, growing up in the inner city, um, it's the life of all inner city persons. That's the life I lived. The life that the typical inner city youth would have lived. Growing up, we didn't see it as being excluded because we were really creative in finding our own ways, in enjoying ourselves and going out about our regular business. I mean, we didn't miss what we weren't used to. Yeah, so we didn't know the kind of lifestyle that the other person would have been enjoying. So we were just enjoying ourselves as as is. We knew that it was tough because we could look around and we could see that even within the garrison area, there were persons who were living a way better life than we were living. But we never allowed that to dishearten us as one product also of the garrison.
At what age or what stage in your life you know that you wanted to become an educator?
I wanted to become an educator from primary school, but when you transition to high school and thing, and you start to see, you start to have other experiences. I actually wanted to be a medical doctor, but that didn't work out. That didn't work out. And later on in life, life has a way of working itself out in terms of things just happen. Things just happen and create a situation under which you just enter a path, and that is a good path or a bad path. But thankfully, my father here always encourage us and even put us in areas in which would have turned out to be a great path, because it was while working with him, or just hanging around him for the summer, I met um, a retired teacher now, and she pointed me in that direction.
When did both of you know that you wanted to become medical doctor?
Well, I've always wanted to become a medical doctor, and I wasn't ever perturbed by the cost to become a medical doctor because I know that I had the most important ingredients, which is intelligence, right? So at Kingston College, I did the sciences, and most of the times I would come out on top of my class and on top of the entire school, right? But when it came down to the heat of the moment,
when we were in sixth form, an amazing, life-changing situation occurred where we had actually lost our life, right? So I was in sixth form doing all of the sciences, math, physics, chemistry, biology, and I have to be preparing for CAPE exams, right? And you know that the medical field is a very competitive field, right? So here we are studying for CAPE. She was studying for CXC at the time, right? And we have to utilize our time wisely with the natural light because when it comes at night, we don't have any light. And sometimes when we're studying for exam, we have to study under candlelight, right? And
Here in
even
Seaview.
here in Seaview Gardens, and even though we had that situation, we still got a lot of ones, especially my sister. She got 10 ones. I was so proud when we got the result. I got my result as well. I got some distinction as well. But when I heard that she got 10 ones, I was like, yes, this is the brightest person in the family now. She takes my crown. You know? But I'm glad they relinquished the crown to her because the younger person normally supposed to do better than the person that come before them.
What was that like for you, Sherri-Ann? I mean, you said you were out of electricity for a while, but you managed to soar to the top.
Mm.
That,
Honestly, I feel like it caused me to know what it is like at a very young age to dig deep and to not place the restrictions that other people place around themselves on myself because when you're young, a lot of children they take for granted that you have a computer, you go home and you do your SB. I had to stay at school and make sure so by the time I finish everything was up to scratch and I think I got a perfect score on my SBA because of that. So adversity bring out the best in me and I was glad to be able to experience that at a younger age because now it takes a lot to phase me.
Mr. Jackson, talk to me about how proud you are of your children.
I'm extremely proud of my children. Came up through rough times, and even though it's not all perfect, but I see them, being motivated and escalating in terms of where they want to go. So it makes me proud.
When they told you that they wanted to become doctors and teachers, what was that like?
Well, Andre, being a teacher, it wasn't looking so strenuous financially, so that was all right. But when Omar said that he wanted to be a doctor, to be honest, I said to him, ah, if there was any other option that he would consider. But he was determined that doctor he wanted to be, doctor he's going to be. So I had to give him support at home.
And then Sherri-Ann came with the
Sherri-Ann came. Sherri-Ann, I tell you, Sherri-Ann came with an extra blessing because when she was accepted at UWI and the passes that she had from CAPE and CXC, we went there. Her mother and herself went, to seek scholarship, and I was all over the place seeking scholarship. And to our surprise, she got a full scholarship to UWI. Yes, she got an open scholarship, and she even went to live on campus, and she got money for her to support her there. So that was an extreme blessing also.
what is the reaction like from the community?
The reaction is great, we're like walking celebrities and motivators for the younger generation, right? And the thing is, I embrace that because it is good to be a symbol of hope, a symbol where you are not defined by where you come from. And I take pride in showing every ghetto youth, especially the males, that you can achieve whatever you put your mind to. And don't you ever let persons try to define who you are based on the situation where you come from. So it's great to be a role model.
What is the reaction like for you, Andrew?
For me, for me, I get to live it every day because in the classroom, I see myself in the children every single day. and I get to make that first-hand impact on their lives, which, as I can tell from an early age, that is absolutely essential. As Sherri-Ann said before, getting that kind of influence at an early age is very impactful, and I'm thankful that I'm where I can do that every single day.
You're young, you have accomplished a lot most people have not reached where you have reached. What knowledge would you like to impart on person who watching this interview? Well, the knowledge that I would want to impart, as I said before, person should embrace adversity because it is the adversity that builds character, right? And in this life, no matter what the kind of adversity that I face, growing up, it would be like a walk in the park in comparison. Like even when I was at KPH doing internship, because of my upbringing, I see where a lot of the persons who are from a so-called upper echelon, when they are hit with the hard work, some even break down into tears, but that is like nothing to me. It's because of the hard life that I know, and I always know that I will prevail over adversity. So I would tell anybody who is currently in a dark place and thinking that there is no way out, they should understand that that darkness is what is going to mold them into a greater person because diamonds are really made under pressure and you've never seen anything that is worthwhile that never face adversity or face some sort of tribulation.
For me, it might sound a bit cliche, but that is exactly what it is. It's a cliche. It's something that you've heard all along, but it's remarkably true. Nothing good will come overnight. It's the little efforts that you put in each day that eventually make you successful. There is no one big effort that you're going to make in life at anything at all that will be the final say. So just keep doing whatever it is that you're doing consistently, and it will add up in the end. And if it doesn't add up, it's okay. Find something else and put your energy there as well.
Similarly, I tell you, people might think that there is this one foolproof way to become successful, but I would want to say, if I was to put it in a nutshell, I would say that it starts with the mind and what you desire. Because I have seen it over and over again in my life, my brother's life, my sister's life. We go out not knowing what we're gonna get when we get it, but we know what we want, and things just fall in place. I mean, it's like once you start out on a positive journey, there are persons along the way who will just fall in and help without you even knowing. So the first thing is to get your mindset straight. See what you want, go for it, and the help will come. Don't worry where the help will come from, because people like to see things that are going up and are looking as if it's gonna be successful. They're gonna join in, they're gonna support you.